What is the most important topic in your branch of study today that you are developing today?
Well, for a long time I've been studying provenance and I'm still doing provenance. The application of provenance into stratigraphy of Proterozoic rocks is what I do now. Provenance, when I worked with moon rocks or moon soil, moon regolith, lunar regolith, I also worked on provenance.
And are there like new techniques that they are advancing right now in this
It's
years?
like what?
New techniques to work on the provenance?
The techniques are analytical petrologic analysis, like microprobe, or right now it's zircon dating, but I do not use those zircon dating instruments. I do not use myself. People who do shrimp in United States Geological Service, Stanford Laboratory in
Can you explain what is
Stanford.
shrimp? Can you explain what is shrimp?
It's sensitive high resolution ion microprobe. So SHRIMP.
And when do
And
you use it? Why do you use it, shrimp?
that one, what that does is to bombard protons into a target, microscopic target. And the protons, the target, once it's bombarded by protons, emit, let's say, isotopic information of what's in there. The particular instrument in Stanford is geared for uranium lead. So you get isotopic ratios of uranium and lead from which you can plot concordia and arrive at an age of, find the age of crystallization of zircon, unless that has been subsequently disturbed thermally. But even if it's disturbed thermally, you can get the information of when they were disturbed. But our interest, and most people's interest, would be the crystallization age of zircon. That's probably the most precise measurement of uranium-lead ratios that one can get these days.
Who is using the data that you produce? Which are the scientists that are using the data that you produce?
I don't produce the uranium-lead ages. I use with my collaborator in Syracuse to get the zircons, and my side is more on the fieldwork side and the stratigraphy side, while my colleague Pat Bigford, M.E. Bigford, he and Joe Wooden in USGS Stanford, he does the analysis. Pat has also done the analysis, but they maintain the instrument. So once they maintain the instrument, we put in our slides in, or mount zircon separates, polished mounts in, and then they do the analysis. The other part that we do, same kind of an analysis, but not as precise, is with laser ablation multi-collector ICP-MS. MS stands for mass spectrometer. ICP is coupled plasma, inductively coupled plasma mass spectrometer is ICP-MS. So that we use the instrument that's in Florida, University of Florida, run by, essentially maintained by George Camino. So what we are doing is to say that here is an instrument that can do certain kind of thing. We do not have that instrument. Not very many people do. Here's another one, shrimp, for example. Dedicated shrimp like that is, I think there are only about 4 in the United States and 1 in Canada. Okay. So we started using the best that we could get by way of analysis. And once we did the shrimp, then we can move to less precise instruments, but know what the precise answers are. We work around them. Because the less precise one is much cheaper. We do not have that kind of a money or the time. That shrimp is so busy, one cannot get time for about 6 months. And even then it's not always available.
So all of the studies, all the other people around the world that are studying your topic, and if they are not in the United States, they have to be in line, and maybe they are never gonna have the possibility to use tools like shrimp.
Yeah, true. Not very many people have access to shrimp. Very few people have access to shrimp.
How do they decide which is the priority?
Well, it's a long story. Joe Wooden knew me when I was in NASA in 1970s. Pat Bigford, he is a geochronologist. His name is very well known. He's more than 80 years old now. He will be 81 this August. But he still works hard. You saw the paper. That's Basu and Bigford.
I see.
But when Pat requests something, nobody says no, because he's so well respected. So Pat and I somehow or other got together. Well, the somehow or other story is that he succeeded me as the editor of the book series of the Geological Society of America. So we overlapped for a year. We became very good friends and decided, why? I can benefit from your expertise, and you can probably use some of my samples from India, and then where you have never worked in India, and Pat will not go to India at this age anymore for fieldworks, for sure. We can then combine our expertise and get things done.